Yes, another video in a row. What the heck's going on here? So this time,
wild hair in our ass.
Yeah. So this time we are going to be working on the S10. This time, I said this time like back to back, but it's okay. Michael doesn't know any of the electrical stuff. We're also going to clean it up because, as you can clearly see, it needs some cleaning. So that's what we're going to take care of today, is refining this mess. There's some over there, but it's not that bad. Like, all this over here is just for the fans. Like all this right here. So like, there's the two relays for the fans right there. And if you have not seen that video where I wire up this, it's a great video. But with it, you have a power source going to it where it's a 20 amp, and then you have a signal one, or you have one that just activates it, and that is a 3 amp. So you have to have both of those in order for it to work. You can't just have one. And so it took me a lot of time figuring that out. And look at this massive cable here. This cable was, Michael actually got this back when he was working at Camping World. It's a big old cable. Like, I could relocate this battery probably to the bed of the truck if I wanted to. Which we are. Because it's like perfect. Like, I mean, you know, it just goes down there. So it's got a bunch of length. I have another battery I'm actually thinking of putting behind the seat. It's a real narrow battery, and it'll fit perfectly. I think it's also an auto glass mat. So, because it came from the Prius at one point, and so it should be able to just, because they're sideways. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some room up. Yeah, because eventually turbo, obviously. I mean, a couple of goodies in the back of the truck for it. But really, I mean, we're gonna have I think we're gonna put a fuse box here, and we might put one, or we might put them both here. We'll just have to see what we got for wire and everything, because, you know, we're still here, which we will be changing here probably this weekend coming up. We won't be here in Norwood, Young America anymore, or as the locals like to call it, Norwood. So and we also got to get the tack in this right here. This is where I had to cut this because yeah, the alternator was touching, which I actually figured out why. It was kind of lifted up a little bit for some reason, and I ended up fixing that issue. So this is actually not necessary, but yeah, oh well, it's done now. And next we gotta go inside the cab to look at the rest of the extra stuff, which is basically right over here on the passenger side. So like I said, showing Michael everything, so just in case. So all of this is dealing with just the engine. It's all came with the harness. This is the fuel pump relay, which in turn is the fuel pump fuse. And then this one right here is the ignition relay. And this is all, like I said, ignition related stuff. This right here is actually the crank the starter solenoid, which this is also the starter fuse right here. And then this is actually the torque converter lockup relay, which is something I had to figure out, really challenging. You get the ground from the ECU, but you get power from the brake. So you only get power whenever you're hitting the brake, because that's when you need the torque converter to, I'm not sure if it's unlocking or locking, to be honest with you, but I know it's doing something whenever you hit the brake though. And that was fun to figure out, because you had to have a certain brake switch. Luckily this one had it, and was able to work pretty good. And that's really all the relays and everything. It looks like a lot here. These are some extra wires. There's a yellow and gray in here that I have no clue where they go to, and then there's some other wires that do have functions, like one of them's the mill light, things like that, which is the maintenance light. But really that's it. I mean, it looks like a lot, but we're gonna clean all of that up, put in a fuse box, so that there's a little bit of peace of mind going on here. But yeah, that's what we're using. Getting away from that. Hey, that works. That has been getting it by. It works in a pinch, yes. In a pinch, if you got to use it. But these are what we're going to be using. Going to be going with the mini fuses, the mini blade fuses, as it says right there. And so, yeah, going to bring in a top. Yeah. Here, hold on, let me see it. It ain't an easy. Oh, here we go. That's what. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna bring in power right here, and then you have all your leads coming out, going to each one of the various things, and yeah.
And everybody has a fuse, and everybody's happy.
Yep. So that's what we're gonna take care of today. Okay, so this is the engine bay. So we got, like I said, we got that put in. And you see, it cleaned it up a lot. I mean, we still got to have these relays here. We might end up adding like those because these are just those made ends to a spade. So probably get the actual connectors to go to the bottom of it that have the mounts and mount them up against.
Next junkyard trip, we'll find something.
Yeah, we'll do something, or just buy them. They're only like $4 a pop, I think. So next we're gonna jump. We want to do the easy one first. Next we're gonna go up inside the cab and take care of that. Basically, we didn't clean up anything, but we did make it safer. We added in a nice fuse box. We will go ahead and pull this dash out and everything once we get to the garage and everything, so it's in its permanent place. Right now, we just don't want to risk moving something and it not working and having to find a way to haul it back over there. Just gonna hook up our grounds again, and yeah, then we get to make sure that it still starts. That's always part of it. So yeah, give us a second. I hear a fuel pump going. Yep, still cranks. That's what I figured. She's still cold, so we're not going to do too much craziness. But yeah, seems to be working fine. Nice. Cool. Check this out though.
Alright, so Earl's got a little surprise coming. Picked up a real cheap set of turbos, and we're going to adapt them to fit Earl.
Somehow.
And yeah, we'll figure out how to make some boost with them.
They do about 15 psi, I read, a piece.
Yeah,
so probably total, probably 15 psi though.
Yeah, so if I can get 7 or 10 out of them, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be more than the 0 psi that it is producing at this point, or 1 psi really, because, or whatever it is, I guess 14 psi because it's 1 atmosphere. So
yeah, I gotta make some flanges and
yeah, that's
a couple other little things here and there.
A few things right there, but yeah, not gonna be too bad. So, but that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah, thank you guys for coming.
Coming soon.
Yeah, gonna be moving here very soon, and then you'll actually see some more stuff coming. Like I got that other video coming where I got the oil coolers, and he's got some videos with the S10 that we need to do once we get there. So
yeah, we're getting a couple of goodies for the S10 real soon.
Yeah, so thank you guys.